record this meeting then. Okay, yeah. Lauren, I think you might also be in the other group too. If you guys are in the other group and you have a class to head to, I'm actually going to go ahead and record this meeting so that way I'll have it and I can send it to you guys or post it wherever it needs to be posted. And then you guys won't be missing anything. Sorry, I'm not used to talking this much. But
I also have a class coming too. Sorry.
Yeah,
I have another class coming up too, but thank you. So it'll just be on like ELC or email or...
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's mainly just the ABC groups or whatever that is really kind of confusing, I find, for most of y'all. So that's going to be the difficult, more confusing part for y'all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, bye. All right. So yeah, that's my fault. Okay, so now that we've gone through introductions, I'm gonna open up the syllabus. Okay, where did I put that? Let's see if I can just open it up. Content. And my webcam is at the bottom, so if it looks like I'm just like looking out the entire time, that's why. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all on share screen. Well, I hope y'all can see that. If not, I can scoot it over. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I can hear myself. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go through this syllabus. We're just gonna kind of skim through it because, like, obviously, if you wanted me to read the syllabus to you, you could just read it yourself. You guys know how to read. So the required book, I have it right here, is American Politics Today. You guys can see that. And if you get a used copy, you're going to have to buy the Inquisitive that comes with it, the Inquisitive software. So it might be easier for you to get a new copy if you don't already have it. You can actually even go and get the ebook version where it says right here, available at, and then it's got the little link, because you need to have the Inquisitive software to go with it in order to take the quizzes that are online on ELC. So you need to have that because the quizzes are about 15% of your grade, if I'm not mistaken. And you also need to make sure that you're reading the chapters in the book to go along with the lectures, because Dr. Lynch is not going to be able to just teach every single thing that is in the chapters, because if he was doing that, he would just be reading the book out to you, and that's not how classes work. And I mean, you wouldn't be paying to go to college if you wanted somebody to just read to you. So that's very important. I wanted to really stress that to you, that you need to read the book. It's important not just for the quizzes, but also for the exams. You are going to have a really hard time on the quizzes and the exams if you do not read the book and go to the lectures, or watch the lectures online. You need to do both of those things. You can't just get by only watching the lectures, and honestly, I don't know why you would if you're going to go ahead and buy the book anyway. This is not just an expensive paperweight or an expensive doorstop. You need to actually use this thing, and honestly, when you come to my discussion sections, we're going to be talking about some of the stuff in the book. We're going to be talking about some of the lectures. So it makes sense to actually read this thing too for the discussion sections, which we'll talk about that in a little bit anyway. But I just wanted to really kind of nail that home and let you guys know that this is important. So yeah, read the book. Make sure you do that. I know that seems obvious, but do that. Also, read the news on a daily basis. It's important because we will be talking about the news and what's happening in the world in our discussion sections. So, you know, New York Times and Washington Post, it's mentioned right here in the syllabus. So do that. There are a lot of sources of political news that you can read. Again, like I said, quizzes, 15% of your final grade. The inquisitive system is pretty intuitive, but we can get into that in a second, and I'll show you how to go through a quiz, just to actually have you see how to go through, because I know that I looked at how many people have actually taken the little introductory quiz that does not count for a grade. So if you get the answers wrong, that's okay. Just to kind of get you used to how the inquisitive stuff works, then I'll go through it with you guys, because not many people have done it. I think about 120 people have done it from when I last checked. So yeah, we'll go through that and I'll show you guys how it works. It's not that difficult. There's like, I think you can bet things or bet points the more you get right. It's really interesting. And it makes it very fun, I guess, as fun as a quiz can be. The discussion sections are also 15% of your final grade. And I want to also kind of really emphasize that you guys have to participate. You need to come in and be ready to participate in these discussion sections, whether you come in and do the in-person discussion sections or you decide to do the online ones. You need to come in and be ready to participate. I know that for some discussion sections or discussion classes that you may have done in the past, you could have just showed up and gotten your participation grade that way. But for this class, I really need you guys to come in and actually be ready to talk, because if you all show up and you just sit there, we're going to be standing there staring at each other for 50 minutes, and that's going to be pretty boring, and it's going to drag on for a long time, because 50 minutes of silence is going to feel like 5 hours of silence, and it's going to be very awkward, and I'm going to hate it and you're going to hate it, and it's going to be the worst thing ever. So for your sake and mine, please be ready to contribute. So yeah, let's come in and be ready to actually talk. Something that I think I should go ahead and get to, even though my checklist says it's a little bit later. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the discussion sections. I plan on setting them up as we're going to talk about current events. So like earlier when I said, you know, keep up a little bit with current events, we're going to start off talking about those, just general what's happening in the world. And of course, with everything that's been going on, there's always something happening. And then after that, we'll kind of talk about what's been going on in class. And like I said, please don't sit there and stare at me. Say something, anything. And don't think that what you have to contribute is not important or smart. It is, okay? And also, my expectations, well, we'll get to that later. It'll be in the actual syllabus, and I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I expect you guys to contribute, and don't feel like the stuff you have to say is not important. The written assignments, they're 15% of the final grade. You'll get more details about that from Dr. Lynch, so we don't really have to go over that. You'll have a short assignment for each module, and it's only about a page long, double space, not very hard. the exams, 30% of the grade. You'll have a midterm for 3 modules each, so it's only 2 midterms, and they're multiple choice. Dr. Lynch is not trying to make this class super hard. Then you'll have a final that's about 25% of the final grade. I think it's multiple choice and short answer. Yeah. Again, not too bad. He's not looking to make this course crazy hard for you guys, considering the fact that you're not all political science majors. So, I mean, yeah. All right, other issues, disabilities. If you have a disability that needs to be addressed in this class, then I highly recommend going to the UGA Disability Services Office, because as TAs and as a professor, we and Dr. Lynch are not equipped to deal with those things in the proper and legal manner that they need to be dealt with. But the Disability Services Office here at UGA is. That is the proper channel for that to be handled and dealt with and accommodated properly. So if you need accommodations, please contact the UGA Disability Services Office. So yes, please contact them and get all the information that you need. And then we will work with them and get any accommodations that you need, whether that's you need more time on a test or whatever it is that you need. Okay. Is somebody raising their hand? No? Okay. I just thought I saw somebody raising their hand. Okay. And this is where I wanted to get to as far as classroom behavior when I mentioned my expectations. You guys need to, one, not be disruptive in class. I don't want you guys taking out your cell phones and texting or getting on social media. There will be no need for you to take out laptops or anything in our discussion groups unless you're obviously on the Zoom discussion groups, then obviously you'll need to be on your laptops. But I don't want you guys going and being distracted off on social media or anything. You need to be engaged and a part of the discussion. And I also need you guys to know that you need to be professional with each other, and not resort to things like name calling. So I understand that we're going to be talking about politics, and I understand that that can get pretty contentious, especially considering the political climate now and considering what politicians themselves have been doing lately. Just because they resort to some mudslinging doesn't mean that we have to. And I want things to remain civil in class. And I also want to make it very clear that we are not going to, I'm not going to allow bigotry in the classroom, whether it be virtual or face-to-face. I'm not going to allow any sort of transphobia, homophobia, racism, misogyny, etc., etc. And if it happens, I'm going to shut it down immediately. So I just want to make that very, very clear. And we can talk about very tense political issues without, again, name calling, without getting to that point. So I really want to make that pretty clear that we need to be very professional when it comes to talking about these things. And that starts with me too. I'm not going to be saying that certain politicians are morons or nasty women or whatever. We're not going to be doing that, even if that means we have to just talk about the policy itself and not the politician, then that's what we'll have to do. So yes, that's what we'll be doing. Cheating and plagiarism, I mean, you guys know what the University of Georgia's policy is on that. Don't do it. Don't cheat. Don't plagiarize. Don't cheat off of each other, and don't use another person's words as your own. I mean, yeah, if you do, then there's a chance you could very easily get kicked out of school. So let's not do that. Okay, as far as the course schedule goes, I'm just gonna ignore this because, whoops, I don't think that he means that you guys have to read chapter 1 this week. So yeah, I don't understand what he even means for this, because he hasn't answered my question about this when I messaged him through Slack, Dr. Lynch. So yeah, and this is just a rough outline of how the modules are going to go, the chapters that you guys are going to be reading, and how he's going to be structuring things, how the modules, yeah. And I'm going to stop sharing for now. And let's see. Let's go through the introduction checklist. Check the Slack for a second because there's been a lot of activity and Dr. Lynch has been speaking a lot. Okay, now we're good. All right, I want to go through the introduction checklist with you guys because I'm not sure if all of you guys did that or not. So I'm going to go back to share screen, go through the intro checklist. And if you have any questions, be sure to speak up and I will answer them. I'm here for that. That's why I'm here. So here we are on the introduction checklist. I've got it similar to how you guys see it on ELC. It should be exactly how you see it, actually. I'm not going to go through the video because I don't think I've got very long with you guys. All right, the pretest quiz. Let's see if I can find that. Hey, go away. No. Okay, I wanted to show you guys the quiz too. So this is the pretest quiz that comes with the introduction checklist. Let's see if we can go through here. Okay, what body can try impeachments of the President of the United States? Well, I know that the answer to that is the Senate. Now watch it not load. Come on. And my internet. Yeah. No, it's English. Yeah, apply. Oh my God. Okay, I got it right, I guess. How many persons must testify against him before he is convicted? I think it's 2. Okay, I'm trying to get this done very quickly. Power granting patents. No idea. I'll just put no idea since I don't know. Oop. I'll be like, nah, sorry. Womp. Quartz. True. No. Are you now, or have you ever been a dope addict or a habitual drunkard? True. No. False. Is it saved? Are they all saved? Submit quiz. I probably got some of them wrong. Submit quiz. Dun, dun, dun. It doesn't even say how much I got. Okay, well, apparently I'm having just as much issues with the quiz as other people are. Well, okay, I thought I was going to be able to show you guys how this works, but I guess not. No. Oh well. Well, I thought I was going to be able to show you how inquisitive works, but whatever. Anyway, let's go through here. We read through the syllabus. We know what the book is. Oh, y'all got a really good price on the book. Anyway, how to register, how to use inquisitive, key feature of the course. Okay, let's talk about how you guys are going to be divided up into 3 groups, because this is going to be a doozy to try and actually explain to you guys. So because of COVID, we have to divide you guys up into 3 groups, because fitting you guys into a classroom, 28 people into a classroom, is basically impossible right now, because you have to be 6 feet apart. So the idea that we've had to come up with is dividing the 28, which I think for my group is 27. I don't know how that happened. I think one of you guys dropped. Is dividing you guys into 3 groups. I was told that I could give you guys names, but I'm just giving you guys letters, A, B, and C. I have not yet divided you up into your groups yet. I'll probably do it by alphabetical order, because that just seems to be the most fair way to do it, and easiest way to do it, because instead of putting it into like a randomizer or whatever, I'm going to do it alphabetically. And when I do that, I'll give you guys the letters A, B, or C. And when I have that done, you will be rotated out as to which days you meet face-to-face versus whether or not you meet online. And then that will be put into a schedule that looks like this, kind of like this. And this is where it gets confusing, basically. So I have 2 sections that I will have to divide up into 3 groups each, which is why it says Group A, right? This is for a different TA. It's just a theoretical schedule, basically, but it's to give you guys an idea of what it'll look like. And the idea is that, so today is August 24th, and notice how all of the students in both sections are meeting online to discuss the course logistics. On August 31st, not 34th, Group A would meet face-to-face, and then Labor Day would happen and nobody would meet. And then the Monday after that, we would have Group C meeting. I don't know why it is set up this way, but this is how Dr. Lynch has it set up. But it's basically how we're going to be doing it is we're rotating out all of the 3 groups through the Mondays. as 2 of the Mondays will be in person, and then 1 of the Mondays will be on Zoom. And you can choose, if you're in group A, B, or C, to either meet up in your assigned meeting place, whether that is in person or on Zoom, or if your assigned meeting place is in person and you say, actually, I'm scared of the Rona, I don't want to do this, you can choose instead to meet up on whatever group is doing the Zoom meetings week. And if you do that, that's great, but you have to meet up on the online Zoom meeting. So if you don't meet up in person, you have to make sure that you meet up online for that module. So like, let's see, module 1 has group A, C, and B. So make sure, module 1, we make sure that we have A, B, and C taken care of, right? And if you'll notice, group C is the one that's being called up into the online meeting. If somebody in group A says, I don't want to get, I don't want to risk catching Corona and I would rather meet online, you have to make sure that you're going to meet up. It's like 10, 6, 8, 9 in this group. Let's pretend that you're a part of this group A. You have to make sure that you meet up in this online meeting. And if you notice, this online meeting is at 12:45 p.m. on September 8th, which, if we look, September 8th is a Tuesday. And that's during when your normal classes would be on, if you were to be meeting up face-to-face with Dr. Lynch. So that's another thing you have to make sure. Those times when you're normally scheduled to meet face-to-face, if you were to be meeting face-to-face with Dr. Lynch, you need to make sure you have those times free. Don't go and decide that you're going to go and get a second job, or you're going to go meet up with your friends or whatever. Make sure that you have that 12:45 to whatever block that you would normally have to meet face-to-face with Dr. Lynch if he were having those face-to-face classes free, because that's when that online meeting would be. So if you aren't in that online group, then you have to either meet up in your face-to-face group, or if you decide, nah, I don't want to do the face-to-face, hop on into the online week and meet up there. Either way, attendance is mandatory for one of these. And if you're a part of group B and you decide, okay, I'm going to meet up in the face-to-face, then great, you've got your attendance for module 1. But if you decide again, I don't want to meet up face-to-face, then you better make sure, if you're in CRN, whatever your CRN number is, that you meet up in the CRN for the online. And the same thing will go for module 2 as you go through. And this time for module 2, keep in mind this is for a different TA, but it's the same concept, right? That group C is meeting face-to-face, and in this one, group B is meeting online. Group A is meeting face-to-face. And if this person in group A says, not going to do face-to-face, then boop, doing online. Again, same thing for C. Not doing face-to-face, boop, online. So it's a little complicated, but it has to be, because coronavirus is ruining the world. So that's how everything is right now. Okay, so let me see where I am. I don't even remember. Let me see. I've shared everything. Discussion group schedule. Respect. COVID stuff. Yeah, I mean, wear a mask. I mean, wear a mask to class. If you're going to be in the in-person meetings, the in-person discussion groups, wear a mask. This is non-negotiable. I'm sorry if it bothers you. You know, I think everybody is annoyed by them in some capacity, but you still got to wear them. So if you're going to be coming to the in-person meetings, wear a mask. The CDC says to do it. Athens says to do it. UGA says to do it. Just do it. I can't change the rules, but I can tell you to leave. And that's, I mean, I have to. You either wear a mask or you don't show up. So, but yes. Are there any questions about the ABC thing? I know it's super confusing. I felt like my head was going to explode when I first learned about this. I truly thought I was going to die.
I have a question, Elizabeth.
Yes.
So I think the thing that's really confusing me is the fact that all of the CRNs and all of groups A through C are together in one schedule. So I know you said you're giving us our own assignments and our own groups later on.
Mm-hmm.
Any way we can have our own schedule based off of our discussion group or our CRN?
Yes, I'm going to make one for you guys. This is just a sample one that they made based off of another TA Pierre, his CRN, and I just haven't been able to make one for you guys yet because I haven't divided you guys up. So yeah, I'm gonna make one for y'all.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I know that totally makes it more confusing for you guys to have like this other CRN here and be like, okay, who the heck is that? So yeah, I will definitely make another one for you guys because that definitely will help clear up any confusion for y'all. Yeah, I will totally do that for y'all. Yeah, but yeah, it's totally like when I first read about this, I was like, wait, what? What are you even talking about? So I can imagine you guys are totally confused. But yeah. And if you guys have trouble with inquisitive, I honestly am still confused and now I'm, okay. Let me pause the share. No. Share. It's hard to get it to, no, okay. This is why I'm bad at this. Okay, there. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I'm new to this as well in a lot of aspects because I've never TA'd before and this is my first semester at UGA, so I'm learning with you guys in a way. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, then I can either answer them or I can redirect those questions to Dr. Lynch and we will absolutely we will answer them for you. But yeah, any questions right now, I'm here. I know I'm totally running a little over time for you guys because it's 12:15. But yep. And I know I've talked your ears off this whole time. So yeah.
I guess I kind of have a question on Inquisitive.
Okay.
Like to access the software or whatever, is that through the same thing as the ebook? Because I paid for both of them,
Mm-hmm.
but like can only access the ebook.
I think you should be able to access it through the ebook. But if not, then let's see. There's a how to use Inquisitive. So like if you go on to Course Home on ELC and you click to access course content, it'll bring you up to here, which should look pretty similar. I'm not entirely sure because I've tried to click over here. I've tried to click here, which should say view a student, but I don't know what's going on with the ELC. And there should be on the left Inquisitive, how to use Inquisitive. And then you'll be able to click that and it'll tell you. But if I click it, well, no, if I click it, it'll tell me. Okay. But if I click it, it'll bring me to here and it'll have like administrative stuff for me. But for you, it should have details about how to use Inquisitive. And that'll bring you to Inquisitive as well. So that should help you. So yeah. But well, no, I think we have until 12:20 actually. So we're actually just on time actually. Yeah, anybody else have any questions or?
Hey, I'm sorry, I have another question.
Okay, no apologies.
Looking over the syllabus, and I know on the course schedule it gave like about a week or 2 week span of time in certain chapters we were covering. Is there like any schedule with suggested reading that we need to read by a certain time, or should we just read those chapters within that given date?
Let's see.
So yeah, like how you're screen sharing, how it says September 15th through September 28th, chapters 4 and 5, and then how to read the Constitution and why, chapter 6. Should we just read that all?
I'm not entirely sure. I think, let's see, September 15th through September 28th. We'll go through.
And then I guess another question would be, is it the entire chapter or is it specific pages that we need to focus on?
I think what it is probably week by week. So like September 15th through September 28th. September 15th. So like by September 15th, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to ask Dr. Lynch about that and get his opinion on that because I'm not as familiar with how he's structuring how you guys read the chapters specifically.
Yeah.
But I'll get to him and ask him because I would think that it would be on a weekly basis to have you guys read like a chapter a week.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because if it's 15th through 28th, then that would be like a chapter a week, you know? Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. But that's what I would think. But I will definitely, I will actually send him a message through Slack on my phone and then get back to you guys. And I'll, yeah. And I'm sure he'll actually talk to you guys in the class, like in his filmed class that he does, and say like, okay, next week read this chapter, and then make it a little bit clearer for you guys, because otherwise, I mean, making you guys read this many chapters in like 1 week would be a lot, just from my point of view. So yeah, I would think that it would be a week at a time for each chapter. So 3, 4, 5, and then maybe tack that on one of the weeks. So yeah, that's what I would think. But yeah. Anybody else? I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Okay. I don't think anybody else has any questions. No? All right. I'm not going to hold you guys any longer because I'm sure some of y'all have some classes you need to get to, and I've already held you over the time. So yeah, if you have any other questions, be sure to email me. My email, if you guys didn't already see it, in the ones that you received, is eks63050@uga.edu. You can always email me anytime you have a question, and if I can't answer it, like I said, I'll direct it to Dr. Lynch, and we will do everything we can to get it answered. So it was nice to meet you guys, and I hope you have a really good day. So yeah. All right, bye you guys. Bye.